It's no secret, the Lakers need help on the perimeter. Last season, the defensive cracks were exposed time and time again. Blown rotations, slow closeouts, and an inability to contain elite guard play. For a team with championship aspirations and two generational offensive talents in LeBron James and Luka Dončić, the lack of defensive toughness on the perimeter isn't just a weakness, it's a liability. That's why today's report should have every Lakers fan on high alert. According to multiple sources, the Lakers have opened trade talks targeting three veteran defensive guards: Marcus Smart, Matisse Thybulle, and Ayo Dosunmu. Each brings a different skill set, but all of them share one common trait: they know how to defend at a high level. And that's exactly what this team has been missing. Let's rewind for context. With the trade that sent Anthony Davis to Dallas and brought in Luka Dončić, the Lakers shifted their identity. They became a dynamic offensive force, capable of scoring with anyone. But that offensive firepower came at a cost. Rim protection weakened, defensive rotations became inconsistent, and the backcourt couldn't hold up against the league's best guards. Rob Pelinka and the front office clearly understand this. They know LeBron and Luka can't carry both ends of the floor every night. They need help, defensive help, experienced help. And that's where Smart, Thybulle, and Dosunmu come into play. Each name represents a different path. Marcus Smart is the most accomplished. The 2022 Defensive Player of the Year and longtime emotional leader of the Boston Celtics, Smart is a rugged, fearless competitor. He's not just a point-of-attack defender, he's a culture setter. Acquiring him would send a strong message that this team is all in on toughness. Matisse Thybulle, meanwhile, is one of the league's most disruptive defenders. He's led the NBA in deflections per minute multiple times and is known for wreaking havoc in passing lanes. His offensive game is limited, but his defensive impact is undeniable. He doesn't just guard players, he takes them out of rhythm entirely. Then there's Ayo Dosunmu, a rising young two-way guard from the Bulls. Not as decorated as Smart or Thybulle, but perhaps the most balanced. Ayo plays with poise, has shown real growth on both ends, and could offer the Lakers a long-term piece who can contribute now and evolve later. The fact that the Lakers are even in talks with multiple teams shows they're not waiting for the market to come to them. They're being proactive. That's exactly the mindset this moment demands, because the Western Conference isn't slowing down. Denver is still a powerhouse. The Warriors are retooling. The Suns are all in. If the Lakers want to be more than a playoff team, they have to fix their defense now. This pursuit of a defensive guard is not about chasing a headline. It's about correcting a flaw that cost them games last season. It's about protecting Luka on defense. It's about giving LeBron someone who can take the toughest matchup off his plate. It's about building a team that can survive the grind of a 7-game series. So the question isn't whether the Lakers should make a move for one of these names. The question is which one fits best, and can they get the deal done before someone else does? Because the window is open, but it won't stay that way for long.
The Lakers' interest in Marcus Smart, Matisse Thybulle, and Ayo Dosunmu signals a clear strategic intent: bolster the perimeter defense and create a more balanced, playoff-ready rotation. But not all three players bring the same value or impact. Choosing the right one will depend on what kind of team the Lakers want to become and how much they're willing to invest in the short versus long term. Let's start with Marcus Smart. Smart is the most proven commodity in this group, a former Defensive Player of the Year and a battle-tested veteran with deep playoff experience. He brings leadership, toughness, and a reputation for changing the tone of a game with a single stop or emotional play. He can guard positions 1 through 3, understands defensive schemes inside and out, and isn't afraid to take responsibility in crunch time. Offensively, Smart can run pick and roll, hit open threes in rhythm, and facilitate when needed, but he's at his best when he's not asked to be the primary scorer. If the Lakers want an instant defensive culture shift and someone who can handle playoff pressure, Smart is the guy. He's a tone setter, and with Redick being a first-time head coach, having someone like Smart in the locker room could help reinforce accountability. Next, Matisse Thybulle. Thybulle is younger and arguably more athletic than Smart, but far more limited offensively. His value lies in his ability to disrupt. He excels at creating chaos, leading to fast breaks and transition points. Thybulle's wingspan and anticipation make him a nightmare for opposing ball handlers. He can switch and help without compromising defensive structure, which is crucial next to Luka, who often needs coverage support. The downside? Thybulle's shooting is inconsistent. In a playoff setting where spacing matters, teams may sag off him and crowd the stars. If the Lakers choose him, they're betting on his defensive impact being so high that it compensates for any offensive limitations. That can work, but it places more scoring responsibility on the rest of the rotation. Lastly, Ayo Dosunmu. The youngest of the three, Dosunmu might represent the best blend of present utility and future upside. He's shown flashes of elite on-ball defense, especially against quick guards. Offensively, he's grown steadily, improving his shooting mechanics, decision-making, and ability to finish at the rim. He's not a star, but he's a player who could become a vital piece of a championship rotation with the right coaching. Dosunmu fits particularly well in a system where he's not the focal point, but can play off the stars and hold his own against tough assignments. He may not have Smart's presence or Thybulle's elite disruptiveness yet, but he's dependable and has room to grow. So what do the Lakers need most? If they believe this is a championship or bust season, Smart is the obvious choice. His leadership and defensive experience are ready-made for high-stakes basketball. If they're looking to pair elite defensive coverage with Luka and Reeves while trusting their offense to carry the scoring, Thybulle fits. And if they're trying to build a young, versatile core that can compete now and develop later, Dosunmu makes a ton of sense. All three are valuable, but for different reasons. The right move depends on timeline, trade cost, and how the front office views the team's identity. What's certain is that doing nothing is not an option. The Lakers can't afford another season of soft perimeter defense. Whoever they choose, the next move has to be smart, decisive, and aligned with the pressure of winning in the now.
Let's be clear. If the Lakers truly believe they're building a contender around LeBron James and Luka Dončić, then acquiring a veteran defensive guard is not optional, it's essential. The pursuit of Marcus Smart, Matisse Thybulle, and Ayo Dosunmu is not just about adding another name to the roster, it's about finally addressing a glaring weakness that has undermined the team's potential in key moments over the last 2 seasons. The front office knows it, the coaching staff knows it, and the fans have seen it with their own eyes. So the question becomes, will the Lakers act decisively? Or will this become another case of front office hesitation? Another missed opportunity that we look back on in April asking, what if? This team doesn't need another scorer. It doesn't need another big name for the sake of media buzz. What it needs is grit. It needs someone who shows up when the opponent's lead guard is cooking and says, not tonight. It needs someone who doesn't flinch in the fourth quarter, who can anchor a defensive unit while LeBron and Luka handle the offense. Marcus Smart represents that identity. He brings an edge the Lakers haven't had since the 2020 championship run. He's loud, physical, and demands accountability. For a locker room with high expectations and a rookie head coach, that presence is invaluable. Bringing him in would mean this team is finally serious about not just scoring with the best, but shutting down the best too. But Smart comes with a cost, likely more in assets and cap space. That's where Matisse Thybulle becomes intriguing. He's not as vocal or proven, but his ability to blow up plays with sheer anticipation and length is rare. The Lakers could add an elite specialist without overhauling the rotation. He wouldn't carry an offensive load, but that's the point. His value lies in making sure opposing guards never get comfortable. Then there's the future-focused option, Ayo Dosunmu. Still developing, but already composed and impactful on both ends. If the Lakers want a player who can grow alongside Luka while contributing now, Ayo fits. It wouldn't be the flashiest move, but it could be the most sustainable. From this channel's perspective, smart is the move if the Lakers want to send a message to the rest of the league that they're not here just to make noise, they're here to win titles. But if the cost becomes too steep, Thybulle or Dosunmu are legitimate plan Bs, both capable of changing the defensive makeup of this team in meaningful ways. And for the fans, this is the moment to raise your voice. Too many times the Lakers have let key opportunities slip by. We've seen potential defensive anchors go elsewhere. We've seen rivals make smarter, faster moves. It's time to hold this front office to the standard that comes with being a championship franchise. Let them know perimeter defense matters. Let them know the clock is ticking. Let them know a team with LeBron and Luka deserves more than just hope. It deserves structure. It deserves effort on both ends. It deserves a defender who can be trusted when it matters most. This isn't about a name on a jersey. It's about building the kind of team that doesn't just aim for the playoffs, but is built to survive and thrive when everything is on the line. The Lakers already have the offensive firepower. Now they need the backbone. The next move will tell us everything.